Hello everybody, this is Dago Seda, pretty snazzy walkthrough Majora's Mask. And we are now in the Woodfall Temple. It's pretty much your standard forest temple, except that since it's the first one, it's much easier. Now what we're going to be doing here is, the reason we have that great fairy mask is we're going to be collecting all of the stray fairies in all of the temples. Now what it does is, it'll be glowing, like all these sparkles will be appearing out of the back of it when there's a fairy somewhere in the room. So pretty much use that as your guide to know whether or not you need to look for more fairies in the room. And sometimes they're not accessible until you get the item, the temple, or something like that, you know. But for the most part, in this particular temple, all the fairies are pretty easy to get. I mean, maybe one of them actually requires you to get the item. But other than that, you can find them in a couple of seconds, really. Alright, so make sure you cut down this guy here and get his DQ stick, or at least have a DQ stick with you, because you're gonna need one in one of the upcoming rooms. And yeah, one thing this temple does is they put multiple fairies in the same room in a lot of situations. Like, I believe there's 4 of them in this room. The fourth one you can't get for a while. But see, we're only like 90 seconds into this temple and I already have 4 of them. There's 15 in every temple, and the point of it is you collect them and you take them to some fairy fountain nearby or in the general vicinity of the temple, which it's outside. And you take them back and you get some sort of bonus. For this one, you get the stronger spin attack, where if you notice, if you try charging your spin attack, it only turns blue. Well, this one can get you the orange, and you have more range. I don't know if it makes it stronger, but it has more range. Alright, so shooting down that beehive, there's a fairy in that one. And if you didn't already realize, we're going to be making a lot of use of the DQ form here, the scrub form. Yeah, I think it's a little more easier for me to call it a scrub than having people say, oh, it's Deku, or oh, you're right, it's DQ, or whatever. I really don't care. I don't think Nintendo gave some sort of pronunciation guide to go along with this. Alright, so the reason we came in here is because we're going to get one of the important items in this dungeon, the dungeon map. You can't really live without that, can you? Alright, so these guys, you might remember them. You saw them in the Woods Forest of Mystery, or whatever it's called. And to kill them, all you have to do is either flip them over with a bomb or hit their soft underbelly like that. Now you could use the blast mask, or also, because it does the same exact thing as a bomb, except you can hurt yourself. But there is a trick to it, which I will show you in a minute. Alright, so this template you don't exactly need the dungeon map, but I figured just for the sake of completion, I might as well get it. Other than the fact that this is 3 hearts, this is going to be a 100% to an extent run. So yeah, it's all for your benefit and showing off me having only 3 hearts and beating this, which it doesn't really pose much of a problem until maybe like the next temple. The next temple is kind of annoying, which I just spent today recording that, but whatever. And okay, so the DQ Bombas is going to be much easier to kill when you're in scrub form. I'll let you know that now. Alright, so there's 2 beehives. This one up here has the stray fairy in it, which I didn't really think I hit it there, but I don't think I was gonna, but I did. And the other one just has a bee in it, so just be careful. And somehow the fairy passed through that, even though it's not supposed to, which I don't know. So I guess you can say it's a glitch or something. But alright, so you're gonna have to move this around here, because you need to get access to over here. And also, this Skulltula here, it also has one of the fairies inside of it, so make sure you kill it. I don't know why you wouldn't though, because it's kind of in your way. And also, at this point, it's actually I believe the DQ bubble thing, it does more damage than your sword at the moment. So, yeah, use that to kill the spider in one shot. Now, if you notice what I did there with the blast mask, if you're not targeting and you hold up your shield while you blow your face up, somehow it does no damage to you. I don't know if it's a glitch or it's supposed to be that way, but I figured it's a good idea to take advantage of it. Now those moths I just killed by blowing it up, I killed the moths because while you have this this torch lit here, the moths can follow you, and they leave like poison and crap, and it's kind of bothersome. And of course, it goes out the second I get there. Usually, I'm able to make that, but whatever. I'm not gonna complain too much because I don't really complain about games except for maybe Call of Duty. But yeah, Call of Duty is kind of dumb. Whatever. All right, so if you notice that little fairy in a bubble over there, you can't get that until after you get the bow. Either that, or you can risk your life swimming through the poisoned water trying to get it, which with only 3 hearts, you'll most likely die. I mean, every time I fall into the poisoned water, I usually end up having like 1 heart left or hardly any hearts left. And the person walking downstairs right now better be really quiet or I'm going to be very upset with him. And I hope you got the hint there. Alright, so I decided I'd burn down that spider web there just to get it out of the way when I come back later. I don't know why I bothered to do that. And also, make sure you target yourself forward every time you try to make one of these jumps, because I did fall off once there, if you saw that very obvious looking edit there. And if you every time I try to jump off to land over here off the top, I always end up falling, so don't even bother with that. Alright, so in here we're getting another item. Yay. Alright, so in scrub form, you just kind of shoot some bubbles at these and you'll take them down. They're not really as much of a threat as they seem to be the first time I encounter them, but whatever. Now, these little weeds I was just standing next to, they almost always have a heart in them, or they always have a heart in them. So, just be sure you can grab those if you start dying here. And in here we have the other unimportant item, the compass, which all it's really used for, it tells you which direction to go, but usually it's just pointing in the opposite direction, in the direction of the door you came out of. So usually the compass doesn't help much, except for the fact that it points out where all the treasure chests are. It's the same as it was in Ocarina of Time, and it's that way in this game too. But whatever. Okay, so going up here again, if you want, you can kill these scrubs to get some nuts and a DQ stick. And it is possible to get, if you can get the not dying scrubs, if you can get them to retract a bit with your shield or something like that, you can get them in a position where they will give you a stick when you kill them. Alright, so in this room, it's not very difficult. It's just kind of annoying because it's dark. First of all, you want to go around and kill all the black bows in here. Just the easiest way to do it is just kind of randomly spin around the room until you kill them all. You'll know when you kill them all because after that a chest appears with one of the stray fairies in it. And this room is considerably difficult if you don't have as much brightness on your TV. For this temple, I felt it was necessary to increase my brightness to max, just so I can make this part a little bit easier. But all you really have to do is, excuse me. If you have the compass, this room's a little bit easier because you can just kind of use the DQ stick, because you have to light some torches to open up the door here. If you just kind of run along the edge of the room, then you'll find the 3 torches you have to lit. Though stupidly, I always seem to go past them without lighting them somehow. And I always have to turn back, and it's pretty bothersome. Okay guys, so next video we will continue on with this temple and we'll be getting some of the items. Alright guys, see you next update.